Hey guys, Patrick McKenna. Super excited that you purchased my course of home, kitchen, beauty, natural substitutions, and DIY. In this course, I'm going to show you how to reduce toxins, save money, and take control of your household. A lot of people do not realize how many chemicals are lurking in these home, kitchen, and beauty products. It is alarming. So many of you may have noticed that there's a lot of these things where like I don't really know what to look for, what's clean, what's not clean, what do I need to get rid of, what do I need to make. So I wanted to go over in this presentation products that you can either make or you can have clean alternative substitutions for. So in the rest of this course, I will have the same exact things that I have gone over in the presentation in a list format to have it categorized so you can go back and reference. And also, I will have a whole section of DIY products that will get you on the right track. So, whether you're just getting started with DIY or you really have no idea how to do it, I hope you gain a lot of value with this course. So, let's dive in. So, why do it yourself matters? Well, for starters, you can avoid the hidden toxins in everyday products. Many conventional cleaners, candles, and personal care items contain chemicals linked to allergies, respiratory irritation, and long term health issues. This is the sad truth. Unfortunately, it is everywhere. I would say probably 80 to 90% of these everyday products contain hormone disrupting chemicals and cancer causing chemicals. It is alarming and it is a major health concern. That's why it's a passion of mine to educate people on this to get them off of these things. You just really don't realize it. I can walk into somebody's house that has no idea and they're using all these products and they're coughing and they don't feel good and they're hurting. I'm telling you, your environment is just as important as your nutrition. So DIY products let you control every ingredient. And it is amazing to me when I started my DIY journey how basic everything was that I was using. My toothpaste, my shampoo, uh, a laundry soap, all this stuff. And I'm like, it only has how many products? It only contains this many things, like four or five things. And it's effective, it's cost effective, and it's just amazing that you turn around and look at a cleaning product. It's got like 14 to 20 ingredients in it that are all chemicals. It's terrible. So you can save money without sacrificing safety. Homemade cleaners and household items often cost a fraction of store-bought brands. So ingredients like baking soda, vinegar, and coconut oil are multi-purpose and inexpensive. That is the beauty of DIY. These are very effective products. They're natural, they're cheap when you get them in bulk, and you can control what goes in them. So I love it because you can make this stuff for pennies on the dollar. So empower yourself to make healthier choices. Knowing how to make your own products reduces dependency on commercial products and gives you confidence in your home environment. DIY fosters creativity and independence, plus it's fun. It really is. It's fun. It's experimenting with mixing this stuff up. I bring my kids into the kitchen and say, hey, you want to mix up some laundry powder? And my youngest loves it. I need a cup of baking soda. I need a cup of the washing soda. What kind of essential oil do we want to put in this? Which one smells the best? And you have a sense of accomplishment when you do it. And then you can't believe how easy it was. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's like 4 or 5 ingredients. I mix this up and now I got like 2, 3 weeks supply of this. And I didn't pay a whole lot for it. Oh, it's a beautiful thing. So small changes equal big results. Now, again, I'm not saying to just go, oh, I got to replace all of it. I went down the path of like, oh gosh, I need to replace my toothbrush. Oh man, look at this body wash. You'll go throughout your house and go, oh my Lord, and look at the back and go, oh God, it's got this in it. I got to do something about this. So switching just a few household products can significantly reduce chemical exposure in your home. So you will slowly get rid of these things and notice a huge difference, mainly in your respiratory health, because you're breathing all this in, and a lot of this stuff gets absorbed into your skin, goes into your bloodstream. That is just terrible, terrible for your overall health. So if you make a couple small changes, and once you do that, gradual implementation leads to long term health improvements. Once you do it, you will not want to go back to that other garbage because you will build up a sensitivity to that stuff, like artificial fragrance. Now that I've detoxed from that, when your body detoxes from it, when you get around these chemicals or smell these chemicals or get them on your skin, you will react to them, and it's no joke. It's horrible. It's horrible. Average household contains over 60 chemicals from cleaning products alone. That's just the cleaning products. 60 chemicals. Let that sink in. So let's dive right in to common everyday things that you have in your kitchen, in your home, that really need a substitution. For starters, foil, parchment, silicone, and butcher paper. So, aluminum foil, see it in a lot of houses, but aluminum exposure is not good for your body. Cooking acidic foods in foil can leach aluminum, which may impact health long term. Aluminum is a heavy metal. It is not good for your body. I don't recommend cooking in it ever. Parchment paper, okay, there's the alternative. Here's the concerns. Many parchment papers are coated with PFAs, which are forever chemicals, which are toxic and bioaccumulate. So if you're cooking with that, those leach in, and also they bleach these as well. So bad news there. Silicone and butcher paper. These are the safer alternatives, but quality matters. Again, you have to look at the box and see if it just says no PFAs, no bleach used. We use butcher paper and parchment paper, and they are both like bleach free. There's a big difference. It'll say it on the box, so always choose those alternatives. What to avoid? Standard aluminum foil with non-coated surfaces, especially for acidic foods, bad mix. Waxed or non PFA free parchment paper, not good. Cheap silicone mats may contain fillers or non food grade silicone. Be very careful. Silicone's fine, but it's got to be food grade silicone and with no other BPAs or fillers or plastics or anything like that. So, do your research. I will have a resources sheet that you can reference and give you ideas of what to buy in this course, so you'll make a sound choice. So a few safe options, like I said, silicone mats, food grade, reusable, BPA free. A couple brands, Amazon Basics and Silpat, those are higher quality. Butcher paper, again, unbleached, natural fibers, PFA free, is great for baking and roasting meat. So most butcher paper you can heat, I think, up to like 475 or so. So it has a high resistance to heat. Parchment paper, same thing. Again, PFA free, no bleach. Two brands, if you care, King Arthur, if they have those in your stores, check those out. They're pretty good. Aluminum foil, just when needed. Use sparingly. Avoid cooking acidic foods directly on it, and consider double layers of parchment as a safer alternative. Um, Again, aluminum foil, like if you want to wrap stuff in it, I think is okay. I really just don't prefer it for anything. But when you heat it up and cook it, that's when it starts to leach the aluminum into your food. You don't want that. So, quick tip, always check the labels for PFA free, food grade silicone. Rotate the materials. Use silicone mats for baking, butcher paper for roasting, and parchment for lining pans. So be very versatile with your assortment of parchment and silicone and butcher paper. Reduce foil use when possible. It's convenient, but not always safest. Very true. So, cookware, let's go into that. What are your options and why it matters? Non-stick coatings, guys. Teflon, PTFE, another forever chemical, can release toxic fumes when overheated. All that Teflon non-stick coating is toxic, guys. Cheap aluminum pans. Here we go again with the aluminum. Can leach metal into acidic foods. Not good. Using safe cookware reduces chemical exposure and may preserve nutrients in your food, which is a win win there. So, what to avoid? Cheap non-stick pans with unknown coatings. And guys, they may fool you. Hey, we don't use any PFAs in this non-stick coating, but then you got PFOEs. You have other chemicals used in these non-stick pans. Aluminum pans without anodization, especially for acidic foods, tomatoes, lemon, vinegar. Avoid all that. Just avoid aluminum with cooking altogether. Non-stick cookware, scratched or worn out, is even worse because now it's the coatings are flaking into your food, causing toxicity. Not good. So, what to avoid? Cheap nonstick pans with unknown coatings, aluminum pans without anodization. If you can find some that are anodized, a better but still not my premium choice. Uh, Safe cookware options: stainless steel. Big fan of stainless steel. Durable, non-reactive. Gets a little you have to get a little bit used to cooking in a stainless steel. It's kind of a skill set there really, but it's really they're really good for searing, sautéing, and boiling. All Clad, Cuisinart, and Tramontina are good brands for stainless steel. Cast iron, love, love, love my cast iron, or even enamel cast iron. Adds trace iron to food, excellent heat retention, very, very good heat. It heats up so quickly and it cooks so evenly. Enamel cast iron, there's no seasoning needed. It's safe for acidic foods. Lodge and Le Creuset, I believe is how you pronounce that. But Lodge, I really enjoy their cast iron pans. They're great. So ceramic nonstick. Ceramic cookware is great too. I mean, because they don't have PTFE, PFOAs. Those are all forever chemicals. If you see anything like that, those are bad news. So they're generally safe at moderate temperatures. Ceramic, sometimes you don't want to get them in high heat. But Green Pan and Caraway offer some really good ceramic nonstick pans. Glass and copper. Hey, glass, safe for baking and microwave. I remember my grandmother having a whole set of these amber glass um, cooking pots and pans. I thought it was so weird, but now coming back, like everything's like coming back that 40, 50 years ago that you've seen. I'm like, wonder why we use it, why we got away from that, and they were reliable. They were great. They lasted forever. Copper, another one, excellent conductivity, usually lined with stainless steel to prevent reactions. So again, copper, just kind of have to do your due diligence with that. And make sure that it's stainless steel is pure stainless steel and it's not embedded with aluminum. Like if it says 18 grade stainless steel, it needs to say like 18/0. If it says 18/10, that number after the slash is aluminum. So when you heat it up, the aluminum gets in. I know it's a lot to kind of keep up with, but really you can't go wrong. I mean, my two choices really are stainless steel and cast iron. So, quick tips: always follow manufacturer care instructions. Season the cast iron. Avoid metal utensils on ceramic. There are certain ways to care for your cookware. So, do your research on that for sure. Rotate the cookware to extend life and reduce wear. Yeah, because, sometimes I'll use the stainless steel. Sometimes I use the cast iron. Sometimes I get the ceramic out. So, yeah, it'll last longer. Avoid overheating. Non-stick pans. Medium heat is safest. Yeah, once you go high, gosh, non-stick stuff. I just really wouldn't, even if you've got non-stick pans, that just get rid of them, honestly. So invest in quality pieces over cheap sets. Safety and durability are worth it. Yes, you definitely get what you pay for. So moving on to a big, big baddie that is really, really damaging our bodies here. And there's a lot of news articles now that are doing these research studies on we consume like a credit card's worth of plastic a day. That's scary, man. So microplastics, what you should avoid. So they're tiny particles less than 5 millimeters that accumulate in the environment and in the human body. It gets in your bloodstream. It's found in tap water, bottled water, seafood, and even air and dust. Long term exposure is linked to inflammation, hormone disruption, and oxidative stress. Many sources are everyday household items. This was staggering to me how much we had in our household from these plastic utensils, these plastic water bottles, styrofoam containers, these the Ziploc bags, the storage of the Tupperware stuff. So, I mean, what to avoid? There's so much to avoid. But single use plastic bottles and cups, plastic food storage containers, especially when heated. Oh, it's even 10 times worse when you heat them because all the microplastics leach into your food. Plastic wrap like that, saran wrap stuff, sandwich bags, Ziploc bags, non-grade or non-food grade plastics, synthetic fabrics, polyester, and nylon that shed microfibers in washing machines. These are your clothes. You're wearing plastic clothes, rayon, nylon, polyester. I ditched them all. I was like, you got to be kidding me. So I had to go with alternative choices with my clothing. Not only was it in my kitchen, it was in my closet. So you have to make the changes. So safe alternatives. Glass. Big fan of glass. Glass containers. They're reusable, non-reactive, perfect for food storage and leftovers. I got a ton of mason jars. I mean, I I should invest in mason jars because I've got so many of them because I use them for my herbs as well too. But I use them for everything. I'm storing my blueberries in them. I've got my laundry soap in them. I love mason jars. Stainless steel bottles and lunch boxes, durable and no leaching chemicals. Yes, all my workout bottles are stainless steel. Um, you're gonna have some plastic on there, like the lids and things like that. I avoid the straws too because the straws are all plastic too. So I don't go with that. Lunch boxes, same thing. You get like little bento boxes or stuff like that. Just make sure that they're metal and not plastic. Um, Silicone storage bags and lids. Food grade silicone is flexible and reusable. Now I'm a fan of those like silicone mats and things like that for cooking and baking and lids and grippers and things like that. Totally cool as long as they're food grade. Natural fibers for clothing, big one here. Cotton, linen, and wool instead of polyester or nylon. Hemp as well. Uh, Bamboo is another one as well. But yeah, ditch polyester, nylon, rayon, anything synthetic. It's garbage, and it really does mess with your hormones and area. It is not good. It is not good for your overall health because of what it does to you. I mean, could you imagine just wearing a plastic bag all day? That's what it is. Water filtration, big. Use reverse osmosis or a high quality carbon filter to remove microplastics from drinking water. Not only the microplastics, but you've got lead, aluminum, and Lord only knows what else in tap water. It's terrible. I mean, the quality of water is so bad. And the quality of water in the bottled water is just as bad because it sits out in the sun in storage. And all when that sun hits those water bottles when they're ready to go to the stores, it leaches all the microplastics into the water. Complete junk. I highly recommend reverse osmosis. And in the course, I've got a couple suggestions for reverse osmosis water machines, or you can get your whole home hooked up to one of these to where, your shower has got premium water, your kitchen sink has premium water, but highly important, highly important. Quit to avoid microwaving in plastic containers. It's a big no no. Big no no. Never microwave plastic. Never heat plastic. That's just a killer combination. Replace plastic wrap with silicone lids, parchment, or beeswax wraps. Now, they do have beeswax is very versatile. It's in candles, it's in wraps and things like that. Your lip balm, stuff like that. Uh, Great alternative. Wash synthetic clothing in washing bags designed to catch microfibers. If you're gonna keep your synthetic clothing, or you're gonna keep your synthetic clothing, then use that method. But honestly, ditch it, guys. Seriously, sell it, ditch it, do whatever. It's no good for you. Gradually replace single-use plastics with durable alternatives. Yes. Oh, now on to one. I thought microplastics were bad. Fragrance, the facts, and why it matters. Oh my lord, this is one of the most prevalent toxins around that people think, it's no big deal. I mean, even more so than microplastics. I think this is the big one. This really is in my big three to avoid. Man, my first one was seed oils and food, processed sugar, and fragrance. Hands down, if the top three things, if you want to be a healthier person, ditch those three things immediately. Most products labeled fragrance contain hundreds, guys, of undisclosed chemicals. They're found in air fresheners, laundry detergents, candles, personal care products, shampoos, body washes, just regular perfume, cologne. It's in so much stuff. It's ridiculous. These exposures to this, or exposure to this, causes allergies, respiratory irritation, headaches, nausea, dizziness, hormone disruption, and long term health effects. Fragrance chemicals are often volatile organic compounds that linger in your home. I mean, they don't even go away. It means you're constantly breathing them in, constantly, every day. What do you think that's going to do to your body? The biggest ones are those air fresheners, Airwick stuff and Febreze and the Glade plug-ins and the sprays with synthetic fragrance. Scented candles, big no-nos that have the paraffin of the chemical fragrances, terrible for your system. Laundry detergents, fabric softeners, all those terrible dryer sheets, those bounce dryer sheets that are disgusting. They're just disgusting. Personal care products, you got them in soaps, you got them in lotions, you got them in shampoos, labeled fragrance or perfume. Hey, you want to look out for it. Turn it over and look at the label. Never look at the front of anything. Look at what's in it. If it says parfum, 90% of the time it's going to say parfum, Parfum. That is perfume, that is fragrance, it is artificial. I guarantee you, if you turn majority of these products over at the store, they're going to have this in it. That's why it is such a problem, because it is in almost all of these store-bought things. Safe alternatives, essential oil diffusers. Oh, I am such a fan of essential oils. They are so pure. You got to use 100% pure, no synthetics. Don't make sure they're not cut. They'll even sell essential oils and go, oh yeah, it's essential oil. You turn it over, it's got fragrance in it. Like, no, stop. Diffuse in small amounts for safe indoor air quality. It's very potent. Essential oils are very potent and you do not need a lot. Okay, a couple drops, it's going to, take care of you. Unscented or naturally scented products. You have to check the back, guys. Laundry detergent, soaps, and candles label unscented or naturally scented, but definitely look at the back because they will be tricky. There are some of them that'll say, hey, no, whatever in it. And then you turn it over and it still has fragrance. It'll say, it doesn't have this, it doesn't have that, it doesn't matter what it says on the front. Look at the back. And if it's got fragrance, parfum in it, don't buy it. Don't buy it because they cut them. They cut them with these things. Like, it's just silly to me because they're leaving out the harmful things, but then they're putting in one harmful thing that's worse than all of the non-harmful things. It just doesn't make any sense to me. So you can do DIY air fresheners, baking soda with a few drops of essential oil in small containers. That's about the simplest solution right there. Citrus peels with herbs simmered in water for natural aroma. Another good idea. Candles, beeswax, coconut wax with essential oils instead of paraffin. Just be on the lookout for them. Hey, some of these things that you buy, there's no label on them. You look at the back and sometimes I'll smell it and I'm like, God, it smells terrible. It'll just say natural or all natural. There's not even a label of the ingredients on these things. Avoid. If it has no ingredients, just totally avoid it. They're hiding something. Quick tips. Read labels carefully. I can't stress this enough. Fragrance. Potentially hundreds of hidden chemicals. Prioritize replacing high-use items first. Air fresheners, laundry detergents, candles, all this stuff that you find in your house, ditch it. Ventilate your home regularly to reduce VOC buildup. Crack open a window, turn on a fan, get rid of that stuff. Start small. Try one fragrance swap per week to gradually detox your home. Like I said, I just didn't ditch everything all at the same time, but I kept finding things and just throwing them away. Household cleaners. Oh, another bugaboo. What to avoid? DIY. Best brands. Why it matters? Well, again, Many conventional cleaners contain toxic chemicals such as ammonia, chlorine bleach, quaternary ammonium compounds called quats, like stuff that you haven't even heard of, and fragrance chemicals. There's the biggie: health impacts, respiratory irritation, skin reactions, long term toxicity. It stays in your system, guys. DIY and clean brands allow you to control exposure and reduce costs and also detoxify your body from it. So, what to avoid? Conventional all purpose sprays with quats or synthetic fragrances that usually have both, oven cleaners with strong acids, bathroom cleaners containing chlorine, bleach, or ammonia, dish soaps with sulfates and dyes, all baddies. DIY cleaning recipes. I have many more in the course below, but just to kind of give you the basics here and show you how easy this is to make. All purpose cleaner, distilled water, reverse osmosis water. That way you've got clean water in there. A cup of white vinegar, 10 drops of essential oil. Boom. Lemon, tea tree, lavender, whatever, eucalyptus, whatever essential oil scent that you really like. Um, but that's it. That's your all-purpose cleaner. You're gonna mix all that together, put it in an amberglass bottle. Bang, you're ready to go. Glass cleaner, cup of water, cup of white vinegar, cornstarch. Who would have thought that, right? You just put all that. Now, cornstarch, if you want to use arrowroot, that's another alternative. Mix all that together, you got a glass cleaner. Bathroom scrub, baking soda, Castile soap, 10 drops of tea tree oil. Oh, tea tree oil is so good because it's antibacterial. Great for your bathroom. Scrub the tile. Scrub the shower doors. It's great. It's great. You want a degreaser? You got grease on everything. Lemon juice, vinegar, and water. Just mix any combination of that together in a spray bottle. Store in reusable spray bottles, glass, amber, label clearly. Boom. Slap a label on there, write it what it is, and you're good to go. So easy, so cost effective. Now, if you want to buy store products, it's going to be more expensive, but if you're more into convenience, so be it. Branch Basics, really good for the multi-purpose cleaner. Better Life for bathroom and kitchen products. Seventh Generation for laundry, dish, and multi-surface. Dr. Bronner's for Castile soap for cleaning, and Method and Mrs. Meyer's fragrance-free or natural scents. So, quick tips: focus on high-use areas first: kitchen, counters, bathroom, because that's where you're going to be using the most. Use DIY recipes for service cleaning. Save branded products for tough jobs. That's a really good tip. These DIY for just multi-purpose, real easy things. But man, if there's a really tough job or you got stains or something like that, well, then go for a non-toxic brand. Store cleaners in reusable bottles to reduce plastic waste. Again, the glass. You're not going to throw the plastic bottle away. The plastic leaches into your stuff, and don't just avoid microplastics. Label all bottles to avoid confusion and accidental misuse, especially if you got kids. But make them clearly labeled. Put them away into harder to reach areas if you got kids. But just use some common sense. Air fryers. Hey, I've got an air fryer. They're convenient, but you got to watch out because you have some that are toxic. So these are the least toxic and best brands. Why it matters? Because many air fryers have non-stick coatings. Again, here's that Teflon, PTFE, forever chemical coating that they put in these air fryers, just like they do in the cookware. They can release toxic fumes when overheated. Bad stuff. Some cheaper models may have non-food grade coatings or fillers in silicone baskets. Again, the silicone baskets, they gotta look out for those too. Choosing the right air fryer reduces chemical exposure and ensures safer cooking. So what are you going to avoid? Non-stick baskets, especially if they're scratched or worn. Air fryers are cheap or unknown materials. Like I said, if they don't disclose what's on them, don't get them. High temperature cooking on Teflon coated baskets. Oh, it's just a bad combination, especially when it goes above 450. Models without clear food grade certification. Look for a certification label. So here are some safe air fryer options, kind of just like the cookware. Ceramic coated baskets, food safe, voids PTFE, PFOA, any of those forever chemicals. Easy to clean, durable. Stainless steel baskets, completely non-toxic, long-lasting, nothing's going to leach in there. Some models use perforated trays for air circulation. Silicone accessories, BPA-free, heat-resistant mats for lining baskets, protects food from direct contact with non-stick surfaces. Good alternative. Recommended brands: Ninja Foodie has ceramic or stainless steel options. Philips Premium, ceramic coating. Instant Vortex Pro food grade coatings. Kosori has stainless steel baskets in some models, so just be on the lookout and do your research on those. So avoid high heat on non-stick baskets. Yeah, you going above 400, it's going to leach. Use silicone or parchment liners when possible. Again, get the butcher paper or the parchment paper that's non-bleached that can withstand, beyond 450, 475. Clean thoroughly after each use to avoid buildup, and rotate between baking trays and baskets to reduce wear. Just get an extra basket, rotate them. It's going to help preserve the shelf life. So reverse osmosis, RO, as they label it on some sites, water filtration. Why you need it. Big game changer for us. I'm so glad I got a reverse osmosis water machine. Tap water. Guess what it has? Chlorine, chloramines, fluoride, heavy metals, lead, arsenic, microplastics, chemical pollutants, and the list goes on and on and on. It's not even safe to drink anymore. Drinking contaminated water may contribute to long-term health issues like hormone disruption, gut imbalance, and oxidative stress. RO filtration provides highly purified water by removing 95 to 99% of contaminants, which is amazing. I have a Blue Vua, and it has 4 big filters. You only have to change the filters out like once a year. And yeah, when it can remove 95 to 99%, that's amazing. It's an amazing difference. So what to avoid? Bottled water, because it leaches plastic into the water. You don't want it. And plus that bottled water is garbage anyway. Tap water without filtration. Man, especially in older homes with lead pipes, you get even more contamination. Cheap water pitchers like Brita with limited filtration capacity, they only reduce the chlorine taste, not contaminants. So it's only going to reduce like maybe 10% of the contaminants, leaving the other 90% in there. No good. Here are your RO filtration options. There are under the sink RO systems. I will have a resource to see where you can get that as well. They have them on Amazon. They connect directly to your kitchen faucet, removes most chemicals and microplastic. Examples, there's an APEC and an iSpring. But it's really great if you're using whatever it's hooked up to under your sink, so that way you have clean sink or clean water in your kitchen. So countertop RO systems. I have one. I got a Blue View, but you got Home Master, AquaTrue, easier installation. They're portable. Yeah, they're very convenient. Whole house RO systems, a little bit more on the pricier side, but again, it will treat all of your water entering the home. Ideal for large households or areas with no water contamination. You're going to cover everything: your shower, your kitchen, every room in your house. Optional pre-post filtration: carbon filters to improve taste and remove residual chlorine, UV light for additional bacteria protection. Like if you just want to go full blown, those are very viable options. So quick tips: replace the filters according to the manufacturer instructions. Definitely do that, because if you keep them in there and you don't change them out, you're not doing yourself any good. But use the RO water for cooking and drinking, not just drinking. Yeah, you would think, oh man, I'm going to cook with that. I'm going to put it in there, boil it's going to take care of it. Yeah, no, it's not. Trust me. You still got all the contaminants in there that boiling will not remove. Keep a backup system, pitcher or countertop, in case of maintenance. Test tap water periodically for contaminants to ensure your system is effective. All good tips. Humidifiers, air purifiers, and diffusers. Why it matters? Well, poor indoor air can contain dust, microplastics, allergens, the VOCs, mold spores from improperly cleaned devices, or if you got water damage, chemical fragrances from diffusers or cleaners. Indoor air quality directly affects your respiratory health, your sleep quality, overall wellness. So these are really great for cleaning up all those leftover fragrances that you may have in your house. Like, ditch all of the fragrance and buy one of these. So what do you want to avoid with a humidifier? The ones that are left unclean because they get mold and bacteria growth. Air purifiers, cheap filters, ozone generators, diffusers using synthetic fragrance oils or chemicals, which we covered earlier, and overuse of essential oils in small, poorly ventilated rooms. Again, yeah, even essential oils, if you hit too much of that, it's like, if you have a poorly ventilated room, it can cause a headache. So, that is all in moderation. Safe options: humidifiers, cool mist, ultrasonic, or evaporative humidifiers. Look for that on the box. Easy to clean with dishwasher safe or removable parts. Recommended brands: Honeywell and Levoit, pretty good. Air purifiers, HEPA filters capture the dust, pollen, and microplastics. I have an air purifier down in the bedroom. I got one upstairs. They are definitely worth it. Avoid ozone generating devices. Definitely be on the lookout for that. Coa, Blue Air, Levoit, again, are good. Diffusers use 100% pure essential oils, no artificial fragrances. In a Gear, Vitruvi, Young Living, there's a bunch of those that you can get. Clean humidifiers at least weekly to prevent mold, for sure. Replace HEPA filters per manufacturer instructions. So, just proper maintenance, well ventilated areas. Again, turn on a fan, open a window, rotate the essential oils to avoid overexposure. Good idea, because you can keep sitting and they're hitting, eucalyptus, it might mess with you. Again, just don't overdo it. And rotating the scents is actually a good idea. Measure the humidity. The ideal indoor humidity, 40 to 50%. You can get a little gauge that tells you that. But yeah, having your humidity at 40 to 50% is a great tip. Candles, non-toxic options. Man, a lot of people have these scented candles. Bad news in your house. Why it matters. Conventional candles contain paraffin wax, which is a byproduct of petroleum. Petroleum. Terrible for your body. Synthetic fragrances, the VOCs. Lead wicks. Rare but historically used. I mean, they're putting lead in the wick. That's just unbelievable. Burning these can release toxins into indoor air, including carcinogens, hormone disrupting chemicals, and respiratory irritants. Non toxic candles improve air quality and safety, especially in bedrooms and small spaces. So, what to avoid? Paraffin wax candles, cheap, scented. Candles labeled simply fragrance or perfume. Low quality tea lights and novelty candles with unknown additives. Like I said, if there's no ingredients on them, avoid them. I like to go to these little stores that, they make their own candles or they sell their own candles on Etsy. It's a great place to get these. So, safe candle options. Again, beeswax candles, natural air purifying properties, long burn time, non toxic, Big Dipper, Be Kind, good brands. Coconut wax. I've seen a couple of these with coconut wax. They're renewable, clean burning, excellent scent throw. Brands, Pure Plant Home, Patty Wax, good places to get them. Soy wax candles, certified non toxic. They have to be certified. Check for non GMO, phthalate free, fragrance free. You got to be careful with those because they cut them with a lot of fragrances. But Good Light root candles, pretty good choices. Essential oil based candles. Avoid synthetic scents. Use pure essential oils for aroma. Quick tip, trim the wick to a 1/4 inch for a cleaner burn. Pretty good. Pretty good. You don't want them super long or super short. 1/4 inch, pretty good. Burn candles in well ventilated areas again. Avoid burning multiple scented candles at once. You just have one in the room, one in the bathroom, one here, one there. Yeah, it's too much. It's overload. Rotate between the beeswax, coconut, and soy to reduce chemical exposure. Again, I would just limit candles. Like even the ones that I get with essential oils and stuff. Like I after so long and like I'm not jonesing on this anymore. I gotta blow it out. So laundry detergent, best options, DIY, why it matters. Conventional laundry detergents contain the synthetic fragrances, phosphates, sulfates, optical brighteners, all this stuff that they make eye appealing, just for marketing ploys to get you to buy it. Those cause skin reactions. They cause allergies, eczema, respiratory irritation. Using non toxic or DIY detergents reduces chemical exposure while still effectively cleaning clothes. Again, one of the revelations I had was like, oh my gosh, it only takes a few products to make something really good to clean your stuff. So, what to avoid? Again, perfume. High suds formulas with sulfates, SLS, SLES, fabric softeners, dryer sheets with quad synthetic fragrance, brighteners, dyes, harsh stain removers. It's in all of these laundry detergents. Dryer sheets, oh, they're so bad. They're so bad, guys. Conventional dryer sheets contain these quaternary ammonium compounds, just basically ammonium, synthetic fragrances, dyes, preservatives. There's so many chemicals in these things. Allergies, skin irritation, asthma triggers, chemical residue on clothing. Now, I can smell like these dryer sheets on people's clothes and in their homes, and it makes me nauseous. I mean, it literally gives me a headache because I've detoxed from it. That's how bad these things are. Safer alternatives reduce chemical exposure while still keeping laundry soft and static free. What to avoid: brand name dryer sheets with added fragrance, sheets with unknown chemicals or dyes, overuse, using multiple sheets per load just increases your chance of toxicity. Hey, what are some safe DIY options? Wool dryer balls. I really love those things. They're natural, reusable. They last 1,000+ loads. That's great. Can reduce static and soften clothes. Yes, indeed. Optional, add 5 to 10 drops of essential oil for scent. I do that every time I can do a load. Get my dropper bottle, put them on there. I just keep the wool dryer balls in the dryer, and they last so long, and they're awesome. They're made of a safe material, wool. Do-it-yourself dryer sheet spray. Here's a good one. Mix some water, a little bit of baking soda, 5 drops of essential oil, lightly spray a clean cloth, boom, toss it in your dryer if you want more of a sheet experience. Aluminum foil balls, really only if you're desperate to use something to reduce static. They really do reduce static, but again, aluminum, it's not really going to leach into your clothes, but again, it is heated, so I would use caution with those. It's an alternative, but it's not the best. I really would recommend the sheet spray or the wool dryer balls. Of course, you have alternatives if you want to spend the money. Seventh generation dryer sheets, Molly Suds dryer balls. They've got the dryer balls there, and then the Grab Green dryer sheets as well. So quick tips: use 1 to 3 dryer balls per load for softening and static reduction. I use 4, honestly, because we have such large loads. Avoid synthetic fragrances in both the sprays and the store-bought sheets. Clean wool dryer balls occasionally by washing with warm water and drying. Very easy. Rotate between DIY and store-bought for convenience. I mean, you can if you want, but honestly, I love making mine because it's just so much cheaper. Dishwasher detergent and rinses. DIY best options. Why it matters. Again, conventional dishwasher detergents contain phosphates, which is an environmental pollutant, synthetic fragrances, dyes, chlorine, bleach, enzymes, surfactants that may irritate the skin. Again, allergic reactions, chemical residue on dishes, environmental harm. Safe alternatives reduce exposure and protect waterways. Again, you'll start to see that all of these things that you use in your house have all the same chemicals in it. And it's just understanding where all this is coming from. So what to avoid: standard dishwasher pods. Same thing with your laundry. Those pods, they're terrible because they're coated in plastic, got a ton of chemicals in them. Detergents labeled with fragrance or dyes, high phosphate tablets or powders, commercial rinse aids with synthetic fragrance. Guys, it's all over. So here are a few DIY dishwasher detergent recipes. Again, you'll see these same products and substances come up. Basic powder detergent, cup of washing soda, cup of borax, half cup of citric acid, 15-20 drops of lemon essential oil. Just great for your dishes. You want a rinse aid? Vinegar. Use citric acid, lemon juice. I've also used hydrogen peroxide. There's some great alternatives for rinse aid. Gel alternative, you can put Castile soap, water, baking soda. Use sparingly. But yeah, if you like a powder or a gel, there you go. There's 2 options for you. Store in an airtight container, shake or stir before use if needed. You can do that with the powder. Safe store-bought if you want to go store-bought. Better Life, 7th generation, Ecover, Grab Green. Quick tips: pre-rinse heavily soil dishes to improve performance. Yeah, I mean, no matter how well you mix these things together, man, if you cram that dishwasher full, and dishwasher is not a perfect invention, guys, then you will have to pre-rinse. Avoid overusing the detergent. Small amounts will often suffice. That's what's so good about this. I mean, you can use like a tablespoon of this powder or this gel, and it's going to work. It's going to do its job. White vinegar, citric acid for hard water spots. Yeah, always a good choice. Rotate between DIY and store-bought detergents for convenience. If you want to do that, again, I go DIY route. Oh, toilet paper. Yeah, would have thought that was safe, right? But no, it's not. Why it matters: many conventional toilet papers are made with chlorine bleach, along with like paper towels as well. So napkins. The whitening can be harmful. That's what they use. They use bleach to whiten these products. And then they put fragrances and dyes in there, of course. And let's put in de-inking chemicals as well from recycled paper. That's why you get all like that dust and that powder and crap that comes from the toilet paper. So, health risks, irritation, allergic reactions, sensitive skin issues. Eco-friendly options reduce chemical exposure and environmental impact. Like, you know what you're doing with toilet paper, so why do you want that getting on the inside of your body? Bleached white toilet paper, avoid it. Fragrance toilet paper, avoid it. Colored toilet paper, avoid it. Recycled paper with unknown chemicals, no. Soft, ultra processed tissue with added lotions or scents, garbage. Options: unbleached toilet paper, natural fiber, soft, chemical free. There's a brand called Who Gives a Crap, seventh generation. Bamboo toilet paper, highly, highly recommended. I have a brand of bamboo toilet paper. It is so good because it's renewable, biodegradable, naturally soft, and it's durable. It is really durable. Rio, Kabu, Better Way. There's several brands. Recycled toilet paper that's chemical free. Ensure that it's chlorine free and fragrance free. Seventh generation has some. Green Forest. DIY alternative options if interested in extreme eco washable cloth wipes for sustainable and proper hygiene. Yeah, if you wanted to go that extra step and do that, be my guest. I just think bamboo toilet paper is sufficient enough. So check the packaging: unbleached, fragrance free, BPA free adhesives. Store in a dry, clean area. Rotate between brands to find the softest, eco friendly option. Teach family members about low waste habits, proper disposable bamboo wipes. Yeah, if you get these disposable wipes and things like that, I just quit using it anymore because they really do clog toilets up a lot. The bamboo ones are a lot better. But if you have to have a wipe, just do your due diligence with those. Thank you so much for going through this presentation with me. I feel that it's just really the tip of the iceberg, but it will get you on such a clean start. Like if you do any of the tips mentioned in this presentation, you're going to get rid of probably 80 to 90% of the chemicals in your household, which is going to be an amazing start. So, coupled with your nutrition and coupled with your environment, you're just going to feel so much better. I have all these resources below in the course that you can reference more information. I was just touching on the highlights. And then down below, I have a lot of DIY options for lotions and shampoos and things like that. I will have a resources section as well to where you can buy all of these items. So, again, thank you so much for purchasing this course. I hope you'll gain a lot of value from it. And, guys, have a healthy day.